A witness in former President Donald Trump's classified document case alleges in an interview with the FBI that Trump had dangled a pardon to his now co-defendant if he promised to lie to the FBI. This is according to newly unsealed court documents that dropped on Monday. So Trump, Walt Nauta, and a third defendant, Carlos de Oliveira, have been charged with dozens of federal crimes in Florida, where the former president kept boxes of documents at his Mar-a-Lago club, documents that did not belong to him, documents that many of them were classified or sensitive. In an interview with the FBI, the witness, only identified as person 16 and someone who had worked in the Trump White House, told investigators Nauta had been promised a pardon if the former president was reelected in November. Go ahead, lie to the FBI, lie to the feds, because when I get back into power, I'm going to pardon you. In fact, here's the quote. Nauta was told by F. POTUS people that his investigation was not going anywhere, that it was politically motivated and much ado about nothing. A summary of the interview reads, using an acronym for the former president of the United States. Nauta was also told that even if he gets charged with lying to the FBI, F. POTUS will pardon him in 2024. So, yeah. Look, he's already been charged with lying to the FBI, obstructing the special counsel Jack Smith's investigation. So we know that if Donald Trump wins, there's a good chance that this man will get a pardon for lying to law enforcement. Great. Now there's more. The newly unsealed interview also includes the statement from person 16 that they were not aware of any standing order for documents taken from the White House to be automatically declassified. Oops. That right there,
whoopsie,
that's part of Donald Trump's main defense. Oh, well, I declassified everything. So you can't hit me for holding classified documents because I declassified everything. Blanket declassification. You know, as soon as, even before I left the White House, I declassified everything and I decided to take it with me because it's all mine. No, but that's not what happened. Trump had claimed that, he had to declassify everything. Not true, because nobody's ever heard of any order to declassify. Look, the witness added that the first time they heard of the assertion was in the media in 2022, long after Donald Trump had left the White House. You see, if you are going to declassify things, then you would have to do so when you still have the presidential power, not 2 years after. Okay. Now, the witness had also recounted telling Trump to return all the material that he had when the National Archives came to collect it, saying, quote, whatever you have, give it all back. Give it all back. Don't give them a noble reason to indict you, because they will. So this guy was like, bro, just give them back the documents. Well, they don't belong to you. Just give them back. That's all you have to do. Obviously, that fell on deaf ears because Trump did not return it. Now, to play devil's advocate for a second, right? So just because person 16 is not aware of a standing order to declassify the documents, doesn't mean that one didn't exist. I mean, that said, if Trump had issued that order, which presidents are able to, you would think that at least one person who was there, who had any position of power, would have been aware of it, right? Anybody who could go and vouch for the president, former president, sorry, you would think that he'd be able to do that, right? Just come out and be like, oh yeah, no, I heard it. Yep. In fact, I have a copy of the order right here. I'll just pull it out. But instead, they've got nothing. Again, the president does have the power to declassify documents, but you got to tell people. You got to go through a bit of a process. You got to tell people, these agencies, for example, when we're talking about military secrets, things like that, you've got to let the military know, hey, I'm going to declassify this stuff. And so you better get ready for it, right? This is what I'm declassifying, and this is, when it's going to come out. Did we have any of that? No. And once again, he claims that he did it Okay, but yes, you can claim that you do it, but again, if you don't have any record of it, and if you're claiming it way after the fact, well, odds are that you're just doing it as a reaction. You never had the power to declassify it because you had left the White House by that point. So he didn't have that power. You can't do this if you leave the office after you leave the office. And that's what happened. In my opinion, Trump took all the stuff. They warned him, you can't do it. You can't just take the stuff. Yeah, sure I can. It's fine. I'm going to do it anyway. Who's going to stop me? I can do whatever I want. And then when he finds out that, no, actually he can't do anything he wants because he's not president anymore. And by the way, you do have to abide by rules when you are president. So then he comes and he just makes up this blanket declassification that nobody ever heard of. And he did so after the fact. That's what I think happened. And all of this could have been avoided, by the way, if he had done one simple thing. Just return the stuff. Just return it. There would have been no case, no charges, no problem. Instead, look, if this is true, this guy's offering pardons for people to lie to law enforcement on his behalf over his stupid mistake that he didn't have to make. Okay? He didn't have to do this, didn't have to take these documents. He could have, and by the way, he could have easily avoided everything had he just returned them. But no, he's going to dig himself deeper. Digging himself deeper, digging himself deeper, digging himself deeper. Because that's what he does.